Welcome to War Bios, the podcast where we delve into the most pivotal battles in history, examining the strategic context, operational art, and human cost of conflict. I'm your host, General Biography, and today we're going to explore one of the most fascinating engagements of the 18th century, the Battle of Minden, fought on August 1, 1759. This battle was a turning point in the 7 Years' War, showcasing the tactical brilliance of Allied forces under the command of Prince Ferdinand of Brunswick against the French army led by Marshal Louis-Georges Erasme de Contades. As we set the stage for this epic clash, let's journey back to the early 1750s when the seeds of conflict were sown. The War of the Austrian Succession had recently concluded, leaving a complex web of alliances and rivalries in its wake. The great powers of Europe, Britain, France, Prussia, and Austria, were all vying for influence and territory, and the stage was set for a new era of conflict. In 1756, the diplomatic revolution saw the formation of two opposing alliances, the Anglo-Prussian alliance, which pitted Britain and Prussia against the Austro-French alliance. The 7 Years' War began in 1756 with the invasion of Saxony by Frederick the Great's Prussian forces. The conflict quickly spread across Europe, with battles fought from the Iberian Peninsula to the Indian subcontinent. In the summer of 1759, the war was raging on multiple fronts, and the French army, under the command of Marshal de Contades, was pushing deep into Westphalia. The town of Minden, located in the modern-day German state of North Rhine-Westphalia, was a crucial stronghold in the region. Situated on the Weser River, it controlled access to the fertile plains of Westphalia and the trade routes that connected the region to the rest of Europe. The surrounding countryside, with its rolling hills, dense forests, and picturesque villages, seemed an idyllic setting for a clash of arms. Yet, in the months leading up to the Battle of Minden, this tranquil landscape was transformed into a battleground. In June 1759, Prince Ferdinand of Brunswick, a skilled and experienced leader, had been tasked with defending the region against French incursions. He knew that the key to success lay in controlling the terrain and choosing the right moment to strike. As the summer wore on, the French army, numbering over 60,000 troops, began to converge on Minden. Marshal de Contades, under pressure from King Louis XV to deliver a decisive victory, was determined to crush the Allied forces and secure a strategic advantage in the region. Meanwhile, Prince Ferdinand of Brunswick was busy assembling his own forces, comprising British, Hanoverian, and Hessian troops, as well as contingents from other German states. The events leading up to the Battle of Minden were shaped by the intricate dance of alliances and rivalries that characterized 18th century Europe. The great powers of the time were all vying for influence and territory, and the conflict was about to reach its climax. On July 31, 1759, the French army began to cross the Weser River, marking the beginning of the end of the tranquil summer in Westphalia. The story is about to unfold in vivid detail, so stay with me as we march towards the sound of cannons and the clash of steel on the blood-soaked fields of Minden. On August 1, 1759, the two armies faced off on the outskirts of Minden, with the French army numbering over 60,000 troops and the Allied forces consisting of around 42,000 soldiers. Despite being outnumbered, Prince Ferdinand of Brunswick was confident in his tactical plan, which involved using the terrain to his advantage and exploiting the weaknesses of the French army. As the battle commenced, the French army launched a series of attacks against the Allied lines, but they were repeatedly repelled by the disciplined and well-trained troops. The British infantry, in particular, played a crucial role in the battle, with their steady volleys of musket fire helping to break the French charges. Meanwhile, the Hanoverian cavalry proved instrumental in outflanking the French army and attacking them from the rear. One of the most notable aspects of the Battle of Minden was the bravery and sacrifice of the Allied soldiers. Despite facing overwhelming odds, they stood firm against the French attacks, with many units fighting to the last man. The battle was also marked by several acts of individual heroism, including the famous charge of the British cavalry, which helped to turn the tide of the battle in favor of the Allies. As the day wore on, the French army began to falter, and by the evening, they were in full retreat. The Allied forces had emerged victorious, having inflicted heavy casualties on the French army and secured a crucial strategic advantage in the region. The Battle of Minden was a turning point in the 7 Years' War, marking a significant shift in the balance of power in Europe and paving the way for the eventual defeat of France. The battle also showcased the tactical genius of Prince Ferdinand of Brunswick, who had outmaneuvered and outfought his French counterpart. His use of terrain, his deployment of troops, and his ability to adapt to changing circumstances on the battlefield all contributed to the Allied victory. The Battle of Minden was a testament to the skill and bravery of the soldiers who fought in it, and it remains one of the most celebrated battles in military history. As we reflect on the significance of the Battle of Minden, it's clear that this engagement had far-reaching consequences for Europe and beyond. The battle marked a significant shift in the balance of power, with Britain and its allies emerging as dominant forces. It also highlighted the importance of tactical innovation and adaptability on the battlefield, as well as the bravery and sacrifice of the soldiers who fought in it. The story of the Battle of Minden is one of bravery, sacrifice, and tactical genius, and its legacy continues to inspire and fascinate us to this day. The aftermath of the Battle of Minden was marked by a significant shift in the balance of power in Europe. The French army's defeat led to a decline in their fortunes, while Britain and its allies gained momentum. The battle also had far-reaching consequences for the soldiers who fought in it, with many Allied soldiers hailed as heroes and decorated for their bravery. One notable example is the story of Lieutenant Colonel William Kingsley, who led the British cavalry charge that helped turn the tide of the battle. His bravery and leadership were recognized by Prince Ferdinand, who praised him for his distinguished conduct on the battlefield. Similarly, the Hanoverian cavalry, which played a crucial role in outflanking the French army, was commended for its valor and skill. The Battle of Minden also marked a significant turning point in the 7 Years' War. The French defeat led to a re-evaluation of their military strategy, and they began to focus on defending their territories rather than launching further attacks on Allied positions. Meanwhile, the British and their allies continued to push forward, eventually securing key victories at the Battle of Warburg and the Battle of Wellinghausen. In the years that followed, the legacy of the Battle of Minden endured. The battle was celebrated in literature, art, and music, with many writers and artists drawing inspiration from its heroism and drama. For example, the famous poet Thomas Gray wrote an ode to the battle, praising the bravery of the Allied soldiers and the genius of Prince Ferdinand. Today, the Battle of Minden remains one of the most celebrated battles in military history, remembered for its tactical innovation, bravery, and sacrifice. As we reflect on its significance, it's clear that this engagement had a profound impact on European history, shaping the course of the 7 Years' War and beyond. As historian Christopher Duffy has noted, the Battle of Minden was a masterpiece of 18th-century warfare, showcasing the skill and adaptability of the Allied forces. This assessment is echoed by other historians who have praised the battle as a testament to the bravery and tactical genius of the soldiers who fought in it. In conclusion, the Battle of Minden was a pivotal moment in history, marked by heroism, sacrifice, and tactical innovation. Its legacy continues to inspire and fascinate us today, offering valuable lessons about the importance of adaptability, bravery, and leadership on the battlefield. As we close our journey through this pivotal moment in history, we remember the soldiers who fought and died at Minden, and honor their memory by preserving the story of this remarkable battle for generations to come. That's all for today's War Bios. Remember to like, share, and subscribe, and until next time, I'm General Biography reminding you to keep marching toward victory.